I think what was the trend right before AI was big data and having a data scientist, having those type of people on your team. So I'm curious is obviously if they have AI under their tool belt, they know how to integrate that. That would make them pretty valuable. But is that something where, you get the data already there? Do you need a data scientist there to help out to a certain point, or do you not need them because now you have AI that's going to replace that data scientist?
Yeah, that's a good point. And I wonder whether it's a case of those data scientists now need to build maybe they won't be interpreting as much. The AI may make it a lot easier to interpret that data, but maybe their role then moves to designing the systems and making sure that machine learning is surfacing the correct data, and actually more of a development role than a hands-on interpretive role.
Yeah. We're talking about like the industries affected, because there's definitely more industries that are definitely affected where you could replace people first, other than as a helping hand for them. Or we've talked about in the past where it's obviously the customer service industry where, that's something that could be the first line of defense. But, as you start looking at, was it like from media creation, content creation to robotics, obviously
data capture.
robotaxis.
I think we've kind of brought that up as well. That's a field that's going to be affected as well.
But the interaction with how that AI is going to be, that's very important. It's from something that you're trying to integrate that's not going to face any customers. It's just analyzing what's there, but then the output is going to be something that customers see. So if it's a robot assembling something or doing physical tasks, to something that is like taking data and analyzing it and presenting it to somebody, and is that presenting it to a user that's highly technical or presenting that to a user that's not highly technical? That's going to be a significant difference in how that is implemented and what your skill set should be within your company and organization. So I think there's still going to be a good amount of variety there. But yeah, what's the future? Obviously legal has been a big thing, analyzing.
Medical as well.
Medical.
They're saying how, I think, what is it, OpenAI has now said their agents should be released next year, which, then if you think there's specific agents to do biomedical research, or, how much more efficient is each person going to be? And, are we going to see, specializations in fields where you're working with those agents, and, there's much more, their medical advancements or their, legal processes is sped up, or, what's that going to look like? I think going back to we probably mentioned it before, the invention of the calculator as well was, just hilarious, because they're like, no, this is going to disrupt everything. People are out of the jobs for manual addition, and then things, are shaped differently, and they're a lot of careers are made redundant, and they're new ones, new career paths and new job opportunities. So
I think it's like accountants with Excel spreadsheets. Right before Excel came out, there had to be accountants like, oh my God, we're going to be obsolete. But no, that didn't happen. So it's just another step in being much more efficient and working faster. But you still have to know what you're doing to a point.
Exactly. So I think that's probably what it is. I think we can take that statement. We started off with a pinch of salt. So, automation, analytics, a lot of good points, but they're in a specific area. And I think they're looking at the bright side. There definitely will be kind of job losses from it, but hopefully things shift and balance out as we've been through a lot of times. And they always kind of find that equilibrium.
Yeah, and again, this is right before, it's the 10/10 event for Tesla, their highly anticipated robotaxi. They use AI, obviously, for their self-driving. So what industries will that affect? And obviously, hopefully it's not we're going to have it, but we're not going to have it for 3 more years type of thing event. It may be, but just knowing the amount of car accidents that are happening because of people texting and driving, it just seems to be going up and getting worse. And so you disrupt that, or you help people with that, you disrupt Uber, obviously taxis have been disrupted by Uber, but now Uber, if they don't jump on, they may order a bunch of robo taxis, who knows, and somehow monetize that in some way. But that's going to be affected.